Like whenever I speak to like my nana and granda or, older people in my life, dare I say, they will say, this new generation have it so easy because of online dating. And at a forefront, that makes sense.
We're watching Adam speak out on his relationships, and I know a lot of millennials love to watch him because you can tell how being online at such a early age really developed his mind, but at the same time, the way he talks, you can tell his mentality is still pretty young.
Chat night where we were all sitting with like a glass of wine each and we were just like having a deep conversation. So those are like my favorite nights to have with my friends. And I brought up the point that I actually think that works against everyone rather than working for it. And hear
He
me out.
does bring
So
out
the
very
argument
valid
of it's much
points.
easier to date in 2023 because there's so many people available with dating apps, like everyone's so readily available, I actually think isn't something that helps people out. And the reason I think for that is because okay, let me start dissecting this. The problem with dating apps is, and I've experienced this, I went on a date like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, and I thought that it was going really, really, really great. We went out for to the pier, Brighton Pier, had a lovely day. Then we went out for food, and then he was having a great time, and he was like, "Let's go to a bar," and I was like, "Okay." We were, spending a long time together, and then at the bar, I was like, "I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, whatever." I run to the bathroom and I come back and he kind of had his back to me. So I was like walking past him to go to the bathroom and I saw that he was scrolling on Tinder.
As someone who has done this, it is very normal to kind of just open up the app to continue speaking to someone who you were also intrigued by. But then,
Because there's so many people on dating apps and because everyone is so readily available, even if someone has an incredible date with someone, they think that let me keep my options open because
and I think that viewpoint is kind of a very tiny part of the whole situation going on. It's more about feeling the need to be flexible based off of a lot of people on these dating apps are aware that like finding a partner on Tinder does not sound cute when your people are asking you like where'd you guys meet. It's like nowadays society very much expects you to respond, oh, I met at a friend's gathering, or if you say work, that's also not a great thing to say. Like,
and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it has to do with the overexposure of how many people are.
so it's like when people go on Tinder, they're really doing this thing where they're in the mentality of like, oh, their caption is literally like, I just got out of a really long term breakup. I'm here to just play. That's very normal.
Or I can go on Hinge and meet 20 new people or something. And I think that that's the problem. In speaking with most of my friends, we all search for like a perfect partner. And I know a lot of people search for a perfect partner.
And millennials nowadays are kind of split. There are people who you upfront ask, and I just mean like friends wise, like if you guys are all out camping, you just casually bring up like, hey, what are your guys's like outlooks on life? Do you want kids? Do you want to be married? Like, it's natural to bring this stuff up in conversation.
Loving this person even
And this
more.
is a
And
lot
it's
of
kind
the
of like this chase. And I think something to note as
one
well
of
is
the
that
most
dating apps are
important
not
things
on us.
Adams
Like
makes
dating apps
and
want us
talks
to be on
about in
there
this
for as long
video.
as possible. Even the likes of like Hinge, that's like, we want you to delete this app. No, they don't. They want you to be on it for as long as possible so they can make as much money as possible off of you. And I think that it's this constant chase of so many people, so
And that's
many,
all a power
like,
trip.
what if I settle down with someone after like 3 dates or 4 dates or something, or start going serious, but then there's someone else out there for me. And then you're constantly chasing this. And I think that I'm going to be honest, I don't necessarily think I'm that guilty of this because I'm someone who gets attached very easily.
And I think he views it that way just based off of the how the people he's talking about react. I don't think he's actually overly into wanting to be that tight knit with your partner. I think
A date with someone and it goes well, I start to get
people
nervous
around him
because
just make it seem
like
like he's clingy like that because
the
of their
I'm
own
always
close
I
perspectiveness, which is
always
where I
I
was
can't go on a
going with
date
the whole like
and I can't go on dates
people think it's not normal to just casually bring up in conversation what your outlook on life is. Like, it's not that hard to answer, oh, well, yeah, I grew up wanting kids, or no, I didn't grow up wanting kids. Like, it's it's not like I'm out in the fucking mines trying to find a diamond. Like, come on.
People out there that have the same mentality as me, but honestly, like, whenever I go on dates, I like to see where things go. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. However, I don't go into dates being like, I'm keeping my options open and there's someone better out there than you. Because I go and I enjoy the company.
And as I was saying, like, when I do ask friends what their outlook on life is, half of them are very well aware that they're not planning on getting married, or they don't even know if they want kids. But then the other half is very definite, whether they're guys or women, they're very definite of knowing, like, yeah, I do want to be that family man. I do want to have kids and pass on the torch. Like, there's a huge difference in the way people react. Like, it's so true when people say you're either type A or type fucking B.
So, you may or may not have heard of the term situationship.
Yes, we have.
Specifically my
Millennials
age
invented
bracket,
that term.
that is something that I hear a lot. And it's also something that gets brought up. Ooh.
And you'll kind of see the way he reacts, how, like, millennials' idea of situationship was kind of imposed onto his upcoming generation, where it's like, we don't really agree with it, but we also...
Situationship is a term I got to know very, very, very quickly whenever I started engaging in the
LGBTQ
and it is a word that I hate.
Super guilty
and
of doing
I hate this new concept of situationship. So if you do not know, a situationship is not when you're dating someone, but it's when you go on enough dates with someone that you basically act like you're in a relationship,
like
but
you had
either
sex
both
more
of
than
you
3
or
times,
one of you
and
does
you're
not
still
want to
calling
commit
each other
to a
for
relationship,
more.
so you're in a situationship. This is very, very, very common, and it's not something that my mental health deals with well. I have
because
been
these
in
kids haven't really been shown how to
two
actually bring it up.
situationships in my entire life, and when I tell you that they both
they're programmed
broke
into
me,
believing that
they both broke me.
if they don't want to
And
tell
the last
somebody
one
that they're
was
in a
so bad that I don't
situationship,
even go on
they
dates
have to,
anymore
like,
because it
walk
is
on
so
eggshells
common
around
that I
them
just
and
can't do
talk
it.
badly
And
about them to their
basically,
friends.
let me give you an example of one of my last ones. I went on... One of my friends had introduced me to someone. One of my friends, and he's really, really, really nice. I've known him for a while, and he introduced me to one of his friends. And me and the person hit it off very well. Went to dinner, and I think we went on, like, I think in total we went on like 7 dates. And you know the full thing, like three date rule or whatever. After like 1 or 2 dates, I know whether or not like I would like to continue going on dates with someone. But it's very common for people, even if they don't want to continue going on dates with someone, just go on them for the sake of like having a situationship or having options.
And that's the power
I don't like
trip
being
that I
looked at as an option because I
to
can't
finish
deal
my
with
train
that
of thought
well.
on.
It makes me feel very low about myself.
Where it's just like people do this with their friends too, where it's like, I just have to have these people on the back of my little like pocketbook in case I'm ever bored, and like say my boyfriend was acting really mean, so now I have to like go run away and like pretend like I have a really better life not around him, so that when I come back he's like sweeter or more sympathetic.
Like my appearance, I was criticizing everything about how I talked, how I looked, how I acted in public settings. I cut myself off from my friends. This may sound all very dramatic, and possibly it is, but when you're going on 7 to 10 dates with someone and you're openly having conversations about, let's see where this may go, or, you know, we're really enjoying each other's company, and, you know, you're meeting all their friends, they're meeting all your friends, they're, you know, coming over to your apartment, you're going over to their apartment, you're spending a lot of time together, it's only natural that one may wonder, what is this? But no. In 2023, even if you've gone on like 10 dates, you can't wonder what this is, because if you wonder what this is, then you are too needy and your expectations are too high, or you're expecting too much.
And it's like, no, there was no preset expectation. I'm just asking you a very black and white question, which should not be very fucking hard for you to answer to.
You know, like, even if you're going on 10 dates with someone, like, you're just still, like, friends. Like, you're thinking too much of this. And I had this conversation with my friends where I was like, since when was it bad to have standards for yourself?
And the
like,
reason
even
for that people
the partner
do
that you're
this
in a situationship with or going on
to
dates
people
with
like Adam
doesn't
is
want
because
to be in a relationship with you.
they just want to feel the fucking power of having like someone wondering what you are to them. But then it's also like they also want to maintain the power
Just shaved.
of
And now, like, my upper lip is so...
knowing that the balance and the scale holds in their hands.
See if I don't shave for like 2 days.
There's just so much like complexity within the power trip that people are having.
Not having facial hair.
It's easier for them to like pity down on someone like Adam instead of actually fucking conceptualize their lack of growth.
Expect good for ourselves, and to think that we should just settle with someone
We're actually going
using us as an
over
option.
to
Maybe
cuts.
some people don't want that. I don't want that. And that's the overall point of situationships, right? You're an option. You know, they're also going off with other people.
Called
and that is what a lot of
virgins
people
and
like. A
sex
lot of my
workers
friends
play
love being in
truth and
situationships
dream.
because they don't want...
Now this is funny because you can see how both sides are kind of in their own, stuck in their own perspectives and have to kind of like converse with each other and not judge each other for being in the opposite.
I'm 49 and I am a sex worker. What kind of sex working do you imagine? Like,
Jeez. Like maybe OnlyFans or porn, maybe?
I'm like an OnlyFans chatterbaits kind of sex worker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do like OnlyFans stuff?
I'm a stripper.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm a stripper. Have also escorted, done webcamming.
These two are the fucking
and yeah, so just
funniest.
overall sex worker, I guess.
You want to start off with a shot?
Please.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, yeah.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. What do you picture when you think of a sex worker, and how do I fit that image?
For some reason, I usually think of it as like exclusively women doing it.
Well, you'd probably be right, 90% of the time.
What do you picture when you think of a sex worker?
Probably like high heels, lots of skin showing.
I'm wearing high top Converse.
Do I look like a virgin to you?
No, I would have never guessed you were a virgin.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because you're attractive and you just kind of seem like the kind of guy that likes to have fun. But I do automatically go to, like, you're choosing not to have sex, maybe because of religion.
I'm not religious. I just haven't taken any actionable steps to do it. I've never been like so bored where it's just like, I have nothing to do. Let me download like Grindr or Tinder or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm also into guys.
I don't
so.
think
cool. Yeah, I'm into
downloading
girls.
apps
Okay, awesome.
means
For me, it's a lack of
more-
options.
I mean,
I don't really go
means
out much,
being
and I'm
bored.
not great at talking to new people.
What have you done sexually?
Nothing at all. Like hugging, holding hands, sharing a bed. Like,
Kissing?
No, not even that.
I love how she's like calculating.
I've only
in
ever
her
been on
head
one
after
date
she
in my
said
whole
it.
One date. Stop the presses.
Like when I go on dating apps or whatever, I'm not really that like pulled by the amount of people on there.
Yeah.
What apps are you on?
Like Tinder.
Back in the day, it was Craigslist, man. You could get laid like crazy on Craigslist. It was like shooting fish in a barrel back then.
Does being a sex worker affect your relationships and private sex life?
Since you're just overly sexualized at work, sometimes you're just not like in the mood once you get home.
Oh, you don't get like any jealous partners or anything like that?
Not really. They don't need to know every single detail, and if they did, then
Yeah, that's the thing with guys. They don't give a fuck until they actually start processing, and then they're like, oh, wait, hold up, that does make me feel some kind of way. Hence why they would come back like months and months later to be like, I'm sorry, I still think about you every day.
Anyone who loves me is going to accept that.
Does being a sex worker affect your relationships and private sex life?
No, it's sort of a different thing.
Are you with someone currently?
Oh yeah, I'm married.
Oh.
Yeah. Sometimes the missus will come home and I'll be like, oh, hang on, I'm man whoring. And she's like, well, knock it off. We got to go do a thing. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, that's, but like, it's not like she's bent out of shape because I'm like showing people my asshole or whatever they want to. You'd be surprised how many people want to see my asshole. Oh my God. I apparently have a very photogenic asshole.
Oh, I'm so excited. Show me your oral sex skills using a piece of fruit.
I kind of want to see how you would eat pussy, but I don't want to put it on camera.
I'm fine with that. Why not?
Okay.
Thank you.
This is gonna be good. You want me to say sexy things while you do this? Like, ooh, yeah. Girl.
No, I'm good.
Oh. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's how you, oh. What? Getting a little worked up over here. Ooh.
Suck the dick.
I'll suck the dick. God. It came off. I bit the dick off.
Okay.
I love how you can hear the sounds of him going.
I'm out of ideas already.
No. You're doing well. You're doing well. It's doing it for me. You just like need to like suck it like a little. That's me personally. You just need to like suck
That's
the clit
not
a little
her
more, but that's
personally.
good.
It's
Yeah,
what all
natural.
girls like.
Are you sure you haven't done that before?
I'm positive I haven't done
Well, you and the banana should have an OnlyFans. Man, I'd subscribe to that shit.
I wish she
Okay.
would and like.
Oh, this is a good one. Describe
Talk
what you
about it.
think sex feels like.
like eating like a really warm apple pie or something. Like, I
Yeah.
don't, yeah?
I wouldn't have thought
Yeah,
of
that
that
was
as a
oddly
description
specific.
personally, but
Describe what you think sex feels like.
Yeah, let's take a shot.
That's a shot?
Yeah.
That one? Okay.
How would you describe sex?
it's kind of in its own category. There's not a good way to replicate it otherwise. Otherwise, people would be at the pie store every second. You know, it'd be a line around the block.
What does it feel like to be penetrated by a penis?
No, you're right. I see what
It
you're
just
saying.
feels like a lot of tingly sensations for women. It's something that is incredibly tied to their emotions. So the happier and more blissed out they feel, the better it feels for the man to be inside of her.
Club, and he would get hours with me in a private room. And when it got scary, he came into the club with a gun. He was convinced that I stole money from him, which I never did.
Holy shit.
And threatened to kill me and my manager.
Guys
and
be on
somehow
some
he
deep
got my
shit,
private phone number.
schizophrenia bullshit.
Got my real name. For months, I was scared to go outside
Like,
of my house.
guys, if you have
I need a
paranoia,
shot.
Yeah, no.
do not get
Do you want to do one together? Yeah.
Come on.
Do you watch porn?
Yes.
What kind of porn do you watch?
Car sex or cosplay porn. I don't watch a lot
don't
of
know why
porn,
that made
but
him
I
seem
do
so
like
much less
bisexual like group porn, which is like everyone's into everyone.
Like
and,
a gangbang, or
It doesn't have to be a gangbang. It could be like threesomes or foursomes, you know, like something smaller.
you're very wholesome.
Thanks.
Okay. Let me spank you right now or take a shot.
How about I spank you instead?
Have at it.
All right.
I'm the sex worker, so.
Let me spank you right now or take a shot. Give you a hug first?
Sure.
Okay. It just felt wrong, you know? We went from 0 to. This is like a 4.
What's a 10? All right.
Wait, can I have your belt?
You want to use my belt?
Yeah.
God damn. Okay.
Maybe aim a little higher than you might guess so you don't actually tag me in the balls.
I appreciate how you're caressing my back. It's really comforting.
That was so fucking
You good?
You didn't have to be so firm.
soft. That was so
Man, you
soft.
I'm sorry.
That was harder.
All right.
Count.
A 1, 2, 3.
You didn't even react.
I'll give it a
to
whirl. Ow! That was mean.
I don't think spanking's for me, but it wasn't too bad.
Maybe spanking your partner might be for you. You want to try?
that. Sure.
Sure.
Okay, so it's just gonna go like a little like,
being such a
you know,
fucking
like a little
prude.
sound.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead. You have my consent.
And he jiggles it.
How was it?
I think
Of course,
I
you
prefer this out a
prefer
lot
that.
more.
Jesus.
All right. Well, now we know what you like.
Oh, is there a sex position you're excited to try?
Maybe doggy?
That's a fun one. So you're imagining yourself getting doggy styled?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a fun one. I've been doggy styled. You know, I've had a girl peg me, which wasn't really my thing, but they were just so excited. I was like, go ahead.
One time, this straight guy
Does your
tried
family
to
know
tell
what you do
me
for a
that
living? Why or why not?
I think they
it's
do.
very
We
gross
just
for
don't
men that
Do you think?
You're
think
Hispanic.
their G spot is
Okay,
in their
like
anal,
it's not
and
something
they
you're
have
gonna
like
talk about and
their
sit down
anal
and like
played
that's gonna
with,
fly.
and
I'm
that's
also
very like gay of
grown,
them.
and
So I
I
responded,
pay my mom's bills, so it's not like she can. Tell
so
me
what?
anything.
Have you
She's just
had
accepting
your
the money,
anal played
you know?
with?
I think they know. We just don't talk.
Do
about
you like
I
it or
went to
no?
school to be a firefighter.
He replied, oh, I've never had it played with.
Got my AA doing that.
Then what the
I feel like
fuck are
there's
you doing
probably some
talking
disappointment,
about it?
At least from like family, that they thought I was going to go into this noble profession, and here I am, like, as they would say, like selling my body. But
You're happy though.
exactly,
You're making money.
I'm making money. I'm happy. I see it as an art.
Give me advice for the first time I have sex.
Well, this I know about. The very first time you do it's probably going to be awful, right?
Okay.
Because it's a skill, much like anything. So
Yeah.
don't
Well,
expect
I
it to be
mean,
fantastic.
at the age she's
You know, just
at,
go, well,
I would
I'm
hope
gonna
that
improve
the
it.
guy she
Yeah,
chose
trial and
to
error.
be
Yeah.
with would know
Give me advice for the first time I have
Better than-
sex.
that.
Don't do what they do in porn.
So I don't need to like wear a costume or like
Girls
pretend to be a stepbrother,
fucking
nothing like
hate
that.
that.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
Girls don't like that.
No girl likes to be treated
think I could ever make it
the
as a
way
sex worker?
women
I
are
think
over-sexualized
if you were a sex
in
worker,
pornography.
it would be a porn and it'd be like taking his virginity. For sure.
Hey, we got big news. Truth or Drink is now at Target. We're really excited about this, and we
course
really
we
want
want
your help to get
Come clean. So there's two articles I want to get to. This one from the Los Angeles Times. Kylie Jenner confirms she got plastic surgery at 19 and says that she would be heartbroken if Stormi did. So basically, she's going on the record saying that she would be heartbroken if her daughter, Stormi, ever got plastic surgery, which is such a problematic sentence within itself, because for you to acknowledge that the impact that you could have on your daughter without acknowledging the impact you had on every generation, while for years
We're
saying
back on
that
Adam's
it's not
channel,
your fault
speaking
that you
back
have fed into body
up on
stereotypes.
Kylie
Or
Jenner.
not body stereotypes. What's the word I'm looking for? Body standards. When you have fed into and created body standards, which has affected a whole generation.
If you haven't read
and
the
then
article
for you to be
yet,
like,
Kylie
I want
Jenner
to speak out
basically
against
said,
plastic surgery.
hey,
because
guess
I
what?
don't want
I'm
it to affect
suddenly
my
acknowledging
daughter."
that I lied
Whenever
to you
all
guys
the people
this
that
whole
were
fucking
calling
time
Kylie Jenner and the
while
Kardashians
I
out were
sold
people saying that it was
you
going to
products
affect
and
their
said
daughters,
I
it
would-
just comes across to me like, how are we supposed to read an article like this? Are we supposed to be on your side? Literally, you have given an entire generation body dysmorphia and you have actively fed into it because you've profited off of it. Like, this isn't a case of someone secretly getting plastic surgery and not wanting to talk about it, which is fine, and then it having an impact. This is people getting plastic surgery with the intent of selling and profiting off of what surgery they have gotten done, whether it was lip fillers with lip kits or whether it was BBLs with shapewear. Everything the Kardashians have done has been for a profit. So to then come out and be like, the impact that I'm going to have on my daughter makes me want to sit down and acknowledge what I've done and take accountability is so ironic. And it almost, in my opinion, does the opposite, because it acknowledges that you know the impact you've had, but it doesn't matter unless it affects you. She said so herself in the latest episode of The Kardashians.
And can we
which, again,
acknowledge
if
they
you
know
do not keep up
exactly
with the
what they've been
Kardashians
doing?
lore, like Mr. McIntyre does, I keep up with these people. And I have witnessed over the years how they have, specifically Kylie Jenner, denied ever having plastic surgery work done. For you to sit down in this article and take accountability, because you're
No
saying
one
that the
ever
work you've
like
had
stopped
done
to
has
specify
impacted
the fact
people,
that
because
being
you're
a
seeing it affect your
woman is
daughter.
not
It's so
about
crazy to me because,
optimizing
again, not
and
only have they profited
building
off of
yourself
people's
from having
insecurities by feeding
surgeries. It's
into them
about
and
really
trying
like
to,
just
you know, set
relaxing
themselves
all
aside
your
by,
muscles
like setting the trend
and
with
acknowledging
plastic surgery, or
that
feeding
all the
into the
different
trend with plastic
curves
surgery.
and
It really I'm
and
actually going to read through
whatnot
it before
actually
I start,
like
because
make
I'm
your body
really
really
starting to get bothered
beautiful.
by it already.
And no, I understand
for you
hearing
to-
that objectively makes
here's my
no
point.
sense.
For
but
you
it's
to,
like,
for years,
sometimes you look
deny
in the
ever having
mirror
plastic
and
surgery
you're just
is one
tensing
thing.
up your whole
But
like body because
that's not what Kylie
you
Jenner
want to
did.
look at yourself in the
Kylie
best
Jenner
light
denied
possible.
plastic
But
surgery
in reality, you're
and
not
would be
actually
like,
seeing
the
yourself
reason I
to the
look
full
like
extent.
this,
So
or the
that's when
reason
the body
my lips look like
dysmorphia
this,
comes
or the
in,
reason
where
my ass
you're
looks like
looking at
this,
these
or the
girls
reason my
who have
titties look like
surgery
this, or the
and
reason my
have
waist
the
looks like
teeniest
this,
little
is
waist
because
and
I do
say,
this
oh, it's 'cause
workout,
of the
or I drink
corsets and body
this,
shapers that I
supplement,
need.
hashtag
But
ad, or I eat
it's
this
like,
salad,
well, one,
hashtag
these girls
gifted.
got
Whether
surgery
or
to
not
be models.
they want the criticism for the
Normal,
impact they've
regular
had to sell
girls
products,
just
they
when
have
they learn
indirectly
to
lied
just
to an entire
sit
generation
naturally
through
and
hashtag
just
ad
be
or hashtag
themselves without
gifted
being
by
tense
saying
in
that,
any
oh,
way
you
and
want
just
big lips
relaxing
like
to
me that I got
their
through
own
filler,
body.
do this exercise, or you
The
want a
little,
skinny
like,
waist that I got
curves
through
and the
surgery,
way your body
do
is
this, and
shaped
it has
really,
bred
like,
this entire,
shows off
specifically
how
my
relaxed
generation,
you are,
of body dysmorphia.
is
Literally,
the, like,
most of my friends
you
who are
looking
girls
your
have body
best.
dysmorphia
Like,
who put it down to
those
the
curves
Kardashians,
just
more specifically
make up
Kylie Jenner, because
your
she was the one that was
pear-shaped. It's
closest
not
in age
like
to us.
the same people
The
aren't
fucking
looking at
weight
you
loss
from the
lollipops,
same
yeah,
angle
the
you look at
weight
yourself in the
suppressing
mirror.
lollipops that the Kardashians. Oh, the
And it is
like
interesting
Fit
to
Tea as
note
well,
that
sorry, I
she's
forgot about
coming up on this
Oh, before I
thought
even see anything,
now
here's
that
Kim,
her
like her
brain fully
tummy
came
tuck
up on its consciousness.
lollipops,
Like, she's at that
hashtag
age where
flat
the
tummy
front
tea,
to lobe
first
connects
500
to
people
the
get
rest of the
15%
brain,
off.
and suddenly you have this concrete awareness of every single little thing you've ever fucking
Kylie.
done.
Hashtag ad using my Fit Tea so you can get the body that Kylie had. Let's get into this article. After years of denying speculation that she had gone under the knife, the Kylie Jenner Cosmetics chief executive and reality star revealed that
And
she
to
got
some
her
extent,
breasts
yes,
done
it's not
before
her
she and her
fault
boyfriend
that
Travis
all
Scott
these
welcomed their
people
first
went
child.
to an extreme,
baby.
but at the same time, she's well aware that she was encouraging it the whole fucking time while saying,
In 2018,
no, I don't have
best friend,
lips,
Anastasia,
I don't have
Jenner
surgery,
said
like
her
yada
natural
yada
breasts
yada.
were just gorgeous. I just wish, obviously, I never had gotten them done to begin with, she said in a Thursday episode. I would recommend anyone who is thinking about it to wait until after children. Oh, okay, great. Thanks for the heads up now. After years and years and years of lying about it and promoting alternatives for people to get the body that you have, now you're like, babies, you should all wait. Like, this isn't accountability whenever you're aware of the
And it's
impact
like,
you
we
had,
were
because
all
you're aware of
very
your impact
fucking
enough
aware
because
that
you're speaking
there's
about that
no
you don't want to
way
have that
she
impact on your
just
daughter.
grew into her lips,
And you
or,
don't
I mean,
care
her
because
lips grew into
you've had that
her,
impact
like,
on other people's daughters, other people's children. Speculation around the Keeping Up with the Kardashians star face and figure began in
'cause
2014
she's not the only
when
celebrity
fans
who
noticed that
had,
Jenner
like,
had gotten
abnormally
plumper
thin
lips.
lips that
Her
you could, like,
alleged use
tell they
of filler
were
even fueled the
crunching
dangerous
down
Kylie
on
Jenner
their
lip
jaw.
challenge, where social media users
And then all of a
created
sudden, all these girls
vacuums with
started popping up
household
with filler in
objects
their
and applied.
lips.
Do people remember this? I know people were talking about it in chat earlier.
No judgment,
where you would literally
obviously,
get something,
but it's like, if you're
sucked on it,
saying
you would take your lips out and
you're
they
not
would be
doing something,
swollen,
but then
like
you're
they would
making
literally
money
be
off of
swollen, where
telling
people would
all
like
these
have to go to the
different girls
hospital
that
over
they
it
will look
because people
exactly
were trying to
like
get
her
bigger lips
if they
like
just buy
Kylie.
this product.
So they would use like vacuums with household items and apply it to their
Basically, right
faces
here,
to
he just
purposely
goes on
swell
and
their
to
lips. So
explain
that's
how
one
his
thing she did.
really
She's
good
addressing
friend
the titty job.
had cancer.
The
She
impact
passed
that
away,
had.
but
In a
while she
2015
had
interview with
cancer,
Cosmopolitan,
she
Jenner
was
denied these
excited
rumors
to
about the lips.
get
So she was denying
the lip
everything.
kit, and she was
You
kind
guys
of
have watched me
overly
grow since I was
enthusiastic
9.
about
My face
it
is
because
going
it
to
was
get
her whole
different,
world at
she
the
said.
moment
Now I
inside
know
a
how to do my
hospital
makeup, I
room
know how
or
to
whatever
contour
she's
and
going
do
through.
everything. I'm
And
not against surgery.
when she
I'm
tries
never gonna
it,
say no to it,
she
but it's not
expected
something
her
I
lips to
desire.
look like
So this
Kylie
is the person
because
who
Kylie's saying,
said
well, I've
that
never done
I'm
anything
gonna
to
have
my
an
lips,
impact on young
but this
girls.
is
The
what
person
I
who
look like
literally
if
said,
I use my
"What
own
face
lip
is she
kit.
making?"
So this girl
I want a
thinks
cop-out.
the same
What a
thing is going to
cop-out.
happen, but now she's extra sad because she's looking in the mirror and she doesn't look like this optimized Kylie version.
I don't like
And it's like
talking
Kylie
about
low-key, high-key
this
should
thing
have
I'm
known
going to
so
say
much better. It's not like
because
nobody ever
the
pointed
person
out
I'm
to her
going to
as a
talk
kid
about
that her lips were odd
is no
looking.
longer with us. But I really quickly want to tell you a story about my friend
Okay,
Alexandra
we're
who
gonna
passed away from
switch
cancer.
over to Do We
Wouldn't
Know
bring it up is
Them?
because Lily
Lily saw the never-ending memes on the internet.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, Lily was harassed by people sending it to her. Like, if you have not seen, there are these side-by-side photos of Frankie Grande, Ariana Grande's brother. It's a side-by-side of him next to Ethan Slater, and you guys, they're twins.
It's hard to believe that Ariana Grande and Frankie Grande are related, but it's not hard to believe that Ethan Slater and Frankie Grande
They
are
do
related.
look ugly.
You know what I mean?
I would absolutely believe that too. God, Frankie Grande. He follows me on Twitter. I don't know why.
Oh.
Because he came on Beauty Break once.
He came on Beauty Break? You've met
Yeah.
Do we know them? You've met Frankie Grande?
Yeah.
You're talking about him like you have not met him. Was he not nice?
Well, he barely interacted with me.
Oh my God, was he just talking to Jocelyn?
Yeah, no, literally, I talk about it in a video on my channel where it's like best and worst celebrity encounters, and he was one of the worst, along with JoJo Siwa.
What? Why was JoJo Siwa bad?
Because she was 13!
Well, she was just being a teenager, but it wasn't like that.
Exactly.
Do you think that Frankie Grande, when he came on, was actually ignoring you, or was like it a thing like he just got caught up? Like, do you feel like it was intentional?
I mean, I don't think he has a personal vendetta against me.
I don't know. Did he see you and say like, I don't like this bitch or something? I don't know.
No, I think he had met Jocelyn in the past, and then it was just like he wasn't really listening to anything we said. It was just like words coming out of his mouth. Like he was just a mile a minute.
And Jocelyn could keep up with that. Well, that's kind of sad. It gives me like those vibes when there's like 3 people walking on the sidewalk, but there's not enough space and one's got to take the back seat.
Literally, there's like people have cut out clips of it being like,
no,
it's like me talking, and he just like ignores me, and I'm just like, okay.
Should I have taken off my mascara? Or are we just doing it on top?
Oh, I do remember this episode.
So once you get it, you're just gonna add it to
It ended, and he left, and I was like, what? Is it just me, or was he kind of like he ignored everything I said the entire time he was there? And Jocelyn's like, no, I'm pretty sure that happened. And then we like upload the video because it had to go up. And then I look at the comments. Let's just say I wasn't alone in feeling awkward about it.
This vid should be titled 11 minutes of Lily being ignored and hated on.
Can't stand this guy, he is so rude with Lily.
All the comments are about Lily being ignored and it's breaking my heart. How dare someone ignore Lily like that?
Why do I feel like this guy was rushing to get out of the room and being rude to Lily? Like WTF, dude?
I feel bad for Lily because she's getting ignored. It was uncomfortable to watch those parts, lol.
God, that guy was rude and poor Lily looked so damn annoyed because she obviously was. Lily being ignored though. Poor Lily getting rejected around every corner.
The cringe is real.
I don't know when he followed me. I almost think it was after I did the best and worst celebrity appearances.
Oh my God.
But back to why we brought that up. He looks exactly like Ethan Slater. And it's funny because if you just told me, have you ever realized that they look alike? I'd be like, no, they don't. But these photos.
I thought about Ethan Slater never before all of this, but then Frankie Grande also never really thought about. But yeah, now that I know both of them exist on this earth, they're twinsies.
But I feel like it's only in like some pictures.
No, they have like the same nose structure.
Well, I
the
mean,
eyes.
I agree that those pictures, they look the same. But like,
what is the phenomenon there? Because then, you know, you have to think about like Phineas with Billie Eilish. Like his fiance looks just like her. It's freaky.
And she's a YouTuber, Claudia.
Oh, she's a YouTuber?
Yeah. She's like, used to be, like Megan used to do videos with her back in the day. She was like that kind of lifestyle.
I'm getting too much information. Like I literally, because I'm trying this margarita drink for the first time. Am I hallucinating? Like I feel like there's so many things happening. I'm like, what?
Transporting back to 2015 when we were all relevant.
Oh, right. We did do a lot of cool things.
Literally, when I see like old pictures, I'm like, holy shit, you got to do, like now I'm just like sitting in my
Cut to
apartment
like
alone.
literally like Pharrell's management being like, hey, like Pharrell wants to hang out with Jessi. And he's like, you would be such good friends with Miley Cyrus. I'm like, bitch.
And speaking of that, I mean, just a little fun, other little tangents. I got to go, I say got to because I'm honored. It was like, I don't know how this is happening, but there was this, I would call it a hair salon, but it wasn't a hair salon. It was like a private house that you could go to if you were invited, and they would do your hair for free just in exchange for a post. Their main thing wasn't their salon offerings. It was the brand DP Hue. So they have like products, and the goal would be just to promote the products, not be like, you should come get your hair done here, because you can't unless you're a celebrity, or if you've done a beauty trip an episode where you got to go there and then just became friends with them. So I go back one time and I'm sitting in the chair like right to the side of the front door. It's all like pretty open, but like the rooms are still segmented, so like someone could be getting their hair washed or something and you could hear them, but you can't necessarily see who it is. But you bet your fucking ass, if I hear Miley Cyrus's voice, I'm gonna recognize that. The PR guy that I was friends with, he like comes in, he goes, and I was like, she like walks out and I'm like, and then I like was like, do I say something? Do I say something? No, I didn't say anything. But I just like stared at her and she's like walking out. She's like talking to everyone, saying like bye and just being like cool and down to earth. And I'm just like,
I believe in some form of my life, I was supposed to be Miley Cyrus's best friend. I do feel
I feel
that.
like most of us feel that way.
Pharrell told me. That was like, he calls her like his little sister. And the second he hung out with me, he's like, dude, you and Miley together would be insane. Like, you guys would
You
get along.
can't
I'm
handle
like,
your weed.
No, why don't you just make that happen? Like, no, first of all, I resent that. That's not true. I could handle my weed. It's just, you know, a little bit goes a long way. And sometimes I feel like calling the police on myself.
Time is going by really, 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 really slow.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorite clips of all time. You know the video that they called, like he was an off-duty cop and he called the cops because he thought he was dying. Time is going by really, really slow. Really slow.
Time is going by really, 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 really slow.
And I think I'm dead.
I think we're dying.
How much did you guys have?
I don't know. We made brownies, and I think we're dead.
Definitely been there before.
Do you remember when we got high and reacted to the fucking weird mukbangs?
Okay, but we didn't even tell the internet that we were high, did we? Because we were like scared to tell.
No, we did.
Oh, we did.
We wanted to film the video, but honestly, we didn't really have any ideas, and you guys don't seem to really care as long as we're drinking.
Yeah.
So then I asked you guys what we should do, and it was pretty much that you don't care as long as we're drinking.
So we're holding you true to that. Don't bitch about what we're doing right now. You said you didn't care.
It's true.
And if you weren't on Twitter when she asked, that's not our problem.
Exactly. Follow me on Twitter. So we came to the decision, if you want to call it that, we're going to react to...
You're so fucking adorable.
Trends. Question mark?
Oh, I still want to be high for this.
Should we?
Oh my God, should we?
We'll be right back.
It's embarrassing that I'm so out of breath just from climbing the stairs. You guys, this is happening right now.
It's all happening right
Guys,
now.
I have never in my life filmed a video high, ever.
Can't say the same. But
I was terrified. Didn't I start crying?
Yeah, at one point, yes.
It's like some of them I can fuck with and then some of them I can't.
Okay, I'm cutting it out right there.